Hi, hello, Bulan Nwaya, and welcome. This is Maple coming to you live from the comfort of my home. I know it has been a while. If you've been following me, maybe you've been wondering, what's going on. Well, I really, I kind of took a break for a bit. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Maple, and I'm a registered nurse, still working full time. I now live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I'm originally from Fiji. Um, and this is my business page, and I have it shared on my personal Facebook page and other um, um, social media areas as well. But this is part of my business where I share the possibilities and the options outside of what I do as a nurse. And so stay with me. And today is Tuesday. It is usually Facts Tuesday. So I like to share something about, what is going on now, the life now, the hardships, and why people are looking to earn online. Um, and so, this is just an honest conversation tonight. Um, why does having a good job, a stable career, even a professional, salary, still does not feel, as secure as it used to. Think about that. Um, and so, many hardworking people um, are doing everything right and still feel uncertain about the future. There's so many that, I have that are in this digital business with me, who have great jobs, professionals, but they're looking for options, more flexibility, so that they can have more time with family. And they started with this digital business as a plan B, and now it is a plan A for most of them. Um, and so, if you're joining me live or on replay, I welcome you here. Maybe something that I will share tonight you can resonate with, or you know of someone who is in this situation and is looking for ways to, uh, whether it is to have financial freedom, pay off some mortgage, whatever it is. I have found, I have started, and I have started learning to build my online business, and it's almost 2 years by May. So it has been an amazing journey. But tonight we are talking about something many people feel, but don't always say it out loud. Um, and as for me, I have, before starting this business, I had no social media interaction, had a Facebook, and never posted because of the fear of what people will say, what I might, my how I present myself, and so all those things, those fears, kind of, kept me from being here. And I only realized that when I started these online businesses, that I can inspire people and share the things I value, as well as my journey here in the online space, um, and why, and of course, why one income stream may not feel secure anymore. Um, we may have good jobs, but time will come, health changes, the market changes, the your institute or your boss or your employer, if things change, just like how, in 2020, many people had to look online to earn something to feed their loved ones. And so everything depends on one source. For most families, one paycheck supports everything. I grew up in a household where my dad was the only breadwinner. And that was the life then. Things were cheaper. Um, but now it is, so much more than what I grew up knowing. and having to, you know, to see and compare the life then and now, it has really changed big time. So if that's, if that stops temporarily, your primary or your only one source of income stops temporarily or permanently, the ripple effect is huge. I have, so many have shared stories of how it truly affected them, uh, big time. Bills don't pause. They keep coming every month. Responsibilities, they don't shrink, and the needs don't disappear, especially for parents and professionals. The pressure is enormous. I remembered, raising my children. I spent so many hours doing overtime. And, it was good to have the extra income coming, but it really took my time away from family, family time. And so I know that. I understand that if you're in that situation, the world has changed. Like I said, job security isn't what it used to be. We've seen layoffs in stable industries, burnout across healthcare and corporate fields, rising living costs, automation and restructuring, unexpected health challenges, and even high earners are realizing income is not equivalent to, your income is not as something to be to rely on only, um, unless you've had a great plan right from the start and you know that you'll be okay. That's okay. But for those who are really struggling right now, this goal life is for you, looking for that, uh, when you know that your retirement is uncertain or there's uncertainty in your retirement. Many people are quietly worried about retirement. And I openly say this here: for 13 years, I worked in a previous employment that didn't have retirement benefits for me. And for those of us that, were expatriates who worked there, and that got me thinking, but I didn't know what plan I had. I just prayed about it, and I wasn't looking for a business. I always share this, but this was an open door for me. Um, and I'm just amazed at how I had to, um, I had to learn these new skills to start this business. And it's like a business in a box. Everything is there. All I have to do is take time to learn and build, and be coachable. You know, Everything starts from the ground up, so you always have to learn the basics. No, I only had basic computer skills, and right now I'm able to create a lot of things that I never knew I could do. So, sometimes, savings may not be enough anymore. The healthcare costs, I tell you, the healthcare costs, later in life are unpredictable. Right now, really high. Healthcare, the cost of healthcare is really high. So you can imagine 5 years down the line, 10 years from now. Um, and working longer is not always a choice. Sometimes it's a necessity because, you have to get that extra income to make up for all the costs that I have listed already. And so that brings me to multiple streams of income that truly gives us peace of mind. I never thought of this. I grew up um, in the same, grew up being told, go to school, study hard, get a job, have a family, and then you work that one job until retirement. That was what I knew all my life, but I found that there are options out there. And for those who are looking for those options, and an additional income stream doesn't have to replace your job. Right now, I'm building it on the side, and because it will eventually be my plan A, and it will take care of me come that time of retirement. But it truly, it gives us the peace of mind, reduces pressure, creates options, builds a safety net as well and support long-term goals. If you're someone that has all these big dreams or goals that you want to achieve, and you're still trying to figure out, no, this is something that you might consider. It provides flexibility later, and it's not about quitting your career. It's about strengthening your foundation. And so, as a nurse and a parent, and also a grandparent, I realized I didn't want my entire future tied to this one source of income, no matter how stable it seemed. So I started learning, how to build something alongside my career, and not to walk away from nursing, but to create more choices for the future. And so, this isn't about hype, because a lot of businesses on the online space, um, or people, like, um, it's not a hype or a quick money. This is not about that. um, Anything meaningful takes time. So in this business, you have to build it and be consistent and learn and apply always. But starting early gives you something priceless. And I tell you, many young people now, as long as you're 18, you can start the business. um, and a lot of them are starting at a younger age, and I wished I had found this um, earlier. But I've always believed that God's timing is always perfect, and yes, and this is my time to start. And for those who are starting younger, they have great things ahead of them. And so time working, in your favor, which is um, how this is built around being flexible. You do it your own time, any small pockets of time in the day, after work, in between your chores, that you can always run it. um, and so if you've been feeling that quiet nudge that maybe depending on one income isn't enough anymore, you're not alone. There's so many who are in your situation as well, and many who have started this journey because they have found something that is working for them, that is taking care of the things that they used to be concerned about. And if you're curious about how people are building additional streams alongside full time careers, feel free to message me and comment info or more information. Um, just a conversation to start with, and we'll go from there. So, thank you for spending this time with me tonight. I hope that what I have shared here has inspired you or has given that nudge to say that yes, there are options out there. And so you take care of yourself and your family and your future. Good night from Alaska, Vinaka, Payexia, and God bless.